is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that back. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yes, so yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now.
Good afternoon all, hope you're all well. Thank you very much for coming over and watching us, or joining us, shall I say, for another Sunday Lunchtime Live. Just quickly, a massive thank you to Terry for covering for me on Friday night. I do apologise, but unfortunately work takes over sometimes. So, you know, thank you to Terry for stepping in so you guys still had something to watch. But we are here today. So, it's hashtag month, or hashtag week again. Last month was a massive response with the hashtags. Really thank you to each and everyone who sent in their hashtag natural bowls. Really good response. I think we had, I can't remember how many we said, was it 52 or 62, something like that?
We counted them, didn't we? I can't remember.
Yeah, massive amount of bowls sent in, so thank you very much for all that. And hopefully this month will be very similar. So you all right?
That's right. Yeah, just that's them
Right.
things for your crew. Is it your crew cut?
Oh right, okay, yeah. Right, so this month a little bit more challenging.
The tubes fell out. Oh,
What are you doing?
the tubes fell out of the middle. Oh,
Right, so
sorry.
right, so hashtag this month is Loving Cup. Being February, we thought we'd do something with Valentine's. So if you don't know what a loving cup is, this is a loving cup. This is just on the internet. If you type in loving cup, and basically all it is a cup with two handles, as you can see here. So basically that's all it is. But obviously we're going to do it in wood. If you want to do it in resin, you can do it in resin. But it's going to be something similar to that. So I'm going to turn a very simple cup shape, and I've cut some handles out, but I think they might be a bit big because I actually, with them on, I look like Prince Charles, or King Charles, should I say now. So I don't know if I'll use them, but we'll get so far. We'll see what they look like. If need be, I will reshape some more, and I'll do it in the week if I get a chance, and I'll get it up ready for the montage altogether. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a loving cup. So I've got a piece on the lathe. It's
I've got a request.
hang on a second. It's just under 6 inches, well, 5 3/4 inches long by 4 inches across. A piece of I don't know what it is. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't know what it is, but I'm sure you guys in the chat tell me what it is. So I'm going to go to the lathe, start roughing this down.
Before you go, does the hashtag week have to be every 2 weeks? Is it two? So you do it on the first Sunday of the month.
Yep.
And it's for 2 weeks.
Yes.
But I'm not here on the 19th. Can we not change it to the 26th?
No.
Why not? Then
No.
I'll get to see him.
You'll get to see him anyway.
You got to make sure you show me.
Yes, I will. Well, if you go on the channel,
Oh.
I'll be on the channel, love.
Yeah, but I don't need sleep. Not at the
Right.
minute, anyway.
Right. So
I'm
anyway,
joking.
right.
So that'll be the 19th of February. So they need to be in by the 17th. Yeah.
Yes,
The
Friday
night.
before. The Friday before. So I'm going to start roughing this out while Nick welcomes you all in.
So good afternoon, everybody. Seems like it was ages ago. This week seems like it's been a month. So good afternoon. I think Woodworking by Colin was on first. Then we've got Shane Hurst. We've also got Woodturning with Barry. We've got Michelle, Brian's better half. That's what you should put on there, Michelle. Brian's better half. Dr. Bob. It's a bit windy where he is today. Well, I've hung some washing out, so I'm hoping it's going to get a little bit dry. Don't expect it to be 100%, but Colin Izzard. We've also got Brian at Heart Woodturning. He knows what it is. Oh, he knows what the hashtag is. I mean, do you know what it is, Brian?
Very
We've
dusty.
also got Chris Dodds, Terry TJ Turnan. Hope you're alright, mate. Brian, I see Michelle's calling me by my Sunday name today. Hello, dear. Not your week name. Paul Heighton the Greasby Turner. We've also got Mike Yu from Ilminster, of Ilminster. Brian's having bank sandwich. You made me a bank sandwich this morning, didn't you, mate?
Oh, it is.
Susie Swiss Woodturner's on. Terry Bartlett. John Mooney. Gentleman Woodturner, you right, Mark? Benjamin, trouble's on. He's had terribly cooked poached eggs. I'm good at poached eggs. That's one thing I'm good at, isn't it, Steve? You didn't have them, did you?
Terribly poached eggs. Is that a new brand
terribly
of them?
cooked poached eggs he put. Copper Owl Woodturning. We've also got I know there's more. William Kenny. Benjamin put, may as well have made hard-boiled eggs. I'm so upset I feel like getting some fruit or something. That must be bad. Barry's Wood Creations. Oh, here we go. Jump again. Why don't you? I'll go as far as I can think I remember. There's loads on. There's absolutely loads.
So you can't blame the computer now because you've got a new mouse, new keyboard.
No, it jumps down. Right. It's because when I'm rolling it, and then it just jumps to the end.
Rolling.
Wivey Woodshed's on as well. 10. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Martin Boyd's on. Pete from Twisted Dweez. We've also got Paul Finley Woodturning at home. Michael McEwen. Laurie. I'm not going to pronounce your surname, Laurie. I'm sorry. It is Sunday after all. Steve Hale's on. Graham Brown. Jim Rablowski. I think that's how you say that. Grandma Rooftube. They've got a daughter going over today. Lucy Bundy Rowe. They're on her and Andy are on a road trip, so she's watching in the car.
Oh, thank you.
Dara's on as well.
Hi, Dara.
Benjamin's put, Steve, you need to update the intro video. It gives the wrong impression, especially when some much older bloke pops up afterwards.
Thanks, Ben, for that.
Oh,
You can go off people, you know that, Ben,
I
don't you?
know. Wesley Hannah's on as well. Barry Chitty. Kingsborough Abrasives.
Right, Rob.
I'm going to need another drink of coffee in a minute. Alex of Woodendings. Brian put, it's all falling apart, Nikki. No, Susie, can't show you what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here going through the chat at the moment. Ruby Claire's on. Kevin 9K Creations. I think. Oh, Robert Bortwood. Norman Greenwell. Brian Walker.
Blimey, loads of them.
I know. I hope the night missed. Brian's put, don't you be starting, Nikki. Right, I think I've got everybody. If I haven't, oh, Malcolm Douglas, and I think that is I've got everybody. If I haven't, Kev put only 65 of us, Nikki.
Who was the first one again? No, I'm joking.
I think Lucy's getting something new today because it says, oh, Grandpa Jim Woodturner, sorry. He's put Nikki. So it says a record power like we already have, but this one will be set at the right height for me.
Laven.
What are you getting? Ooh.
Laven.
So welcome everybody. Sorry if I have missed anybody. Like I said, just put like Grandpa Jim did, Nikki, and I'll give you a shout out. Today you'll be disappointed. I am cutting cabbage for the rabbits, and I'm just cutting up a few carrots because I'm not sure what we're doing for tea yet. As our oldest daughter's obviously with a boyfriend, and the youngest one had her tonsils removed Tuesday, which has been hell. This week has been like a month, isn't it, mate? That has for me. Feels like it has for me.
It's been a week to remember. I'll put it that way. So I'm basically just going to give us I'm not going to go too fancy with this.
Looks a nice grain in that, mate.
Cool, you're getting technical, aren't you? Grain.
I know about grain because we have a discussion a lot about grain. So you're not sure what wood it is?
No, it's a piece of wood that I picked up on the way home one day.
Does it smell of anything? Do the shavings smell of anything? Other than wood?
No. Don't smell it out.
Brian said they're having stuffed pork. Well, I did get gammon and I put it in soak. And then Steve sort of said, oh, quite fancy a burger. Obviously, it just depends if we get out in time to get anything. Cool. Get that head off from under the camera. Jeez.
What, grey hair?
Yeah. Grey and graceful, ain't you, mate?
Yeah, nothing graceful about me, that's for sure.
Oh, a lot of people are having pork. Terry's having pork as well because Rebecca's over. Grandma Roof Tube. Oh, yeah. Same person. Same house. Kev put wood found on the floor. Oh, Colin Spencer's on.
Yeah, I was coming back from, I'd like to say Bury St Edmunds, and I had to stop for, one of those stops of nature you have to do.
When you're getting old.
And I pulled over in the woods and for a relief session. And I just
thought, oh, that smells nice.
I just happened to look up, and there was some freshly cut timber there. And I thought, well, do you know what? That'd be a shame not to.
Michelle said Brian got his hair cut.
He ain't got no hair.
Was it in his eyes? Brian said he wanted. Can you just have a quick look at the bark again?
No, Brian, it's all gone now.
Lucy said she's going to try and persuade Andy to do Pizza Hut on the way home. Not sure what his chances are though.
But I want that just coming in gently. Now I'm going to bring it, just gently sweep it out a little bit. A bit like a jam jar shape, really.
Did you fix your other bowl, mate?
What, the one I marked up the other day?
Last week, yeah.
No.
I know you've been busy, so...
This is the first time I've been on a lathe all week. So just that little swoop in there.
I'm surprised you didn't go on it to keep your mind off things.
Well, the workshop's been a little bit upside down.
Yeah, just a little bit. Did you hoover the garage?
Did I hoover the garage?
All the sawdust?
I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean?
Oh, because there was loads of sawdust on the side. No, alright.
I don't understand what you mean.
There was loads of sawdust on the workbench in the garage.
I haven't hoovered it today, no. That's what you're asking.
So,
I think my handle's a bit big.
Brian said, as much as you, big lad, you be careful now. Robert Bortwood said they're out because his eldest daughter is... Oh, no, his eldest granddaughter, sorry, is 23 this evening. Very nice.
Oh, well done.
What's that, Kevy's? But apparently we're having FIT today, so I've been told. Does it say FIT? Oh, these blinking things. Oh, IFIT. It's because you broke my foot bar on my chair. Everything keeps falling off this shelf. Oh!
Don't keep blaming everything else. So I think these handles might be a bit too big for this, so I might have to rethink these, but we'll get the shape, and these will give you a rough idea.
Woodwork learner said he's got to clean up today. He's got a friend visit and seems they may want to actually sit down. So Susie said, what's the weather like in your parts of the world? Switzerland, just above zero. Expect an ice and snowstorm tonight. Ice warnings have been released.
We're not that lucky.
Dr. Bob said Steve has been suffering from wood lathe withdrawal. It's quite nice here. I mean, in the workshop at the moment, Steve's got it as 21. I don't know what it is outside. But I have hung a little... Oh, I give up. I have hung a bit of washing out just to see if I can get most of the... Let's have a look, see what the weather's... So it's supposed to be about... What's the time? 8 degrees outside. So I can get most of the wet out of the...
So I'm just going to back hollow this. Actually, could I back hollow it, or should I just take it out with a force in a bit? Decisions. I'll back hollow it. I normally take it out with a force in a bit. If I back hollow it, I look like I actually know what I'm doing. I've just gone to the 1/2 inch spindle gouge.
Right, what's that?
Actually, that smells wet, that does.
Kev said, Nikki, you never heard of IFIT? If it gets on your plate, you eat it. Brian said it's frosty there with this morning's temperature around 5 degrees with sunshine and cloud.
Who said that?
Brian. Pete said he's just going to hold off giving a thumbs up until he can assess the quality of the carrot chopping. Chris Dodd said it's 25 degrees C in Queensland, Australia. Nice.
I need to look for a better light when I go to Newark.
Susie said we're on a cold weather no, not Susie. Kev said they're on a cold weather warning due to another beast from the east. Lucy said it's 9 degrees and sunny-ish in Essex. Woodwork Learner said, Steve, are you doing a demo in Thirsk next month, or is it a remote demo?
Next month, March the 5th, isn't it? That's
You're doing loads, aren't you, next month?
Is that the 5th of March, Andy? If that's the 5th of March, I'll be there. That's a whole day on the Sunday, I think.
Yeah, because that's... No, not the 5th. I think it's the 5th.
What?
I don't know if it is the... I must be the 5th, mustn't it?
Yeah, it's the 5th of March.
Yeah. Wesley Hannah said it's southwest Colorado's 18 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment, calling a high in uppers of 40 degrees today, possible some snow tomorrow. Matthew Lawrence is on.
Hi Matthew, how you doing?
Dr. Bob said it's 0 degrees. Sarah said where she is, it's 8 degrees. Door 60's on.
The door.
He said might try and make it too, as you only be 30 miles away from me.
Oh really? Oh. Good to see you, mate. I can't remember the name of the woodturning group. Something Woodworking, not Woodturning. Is it North Yorkshire Woodworking Club? They came up to me when I was in Harrogate and asked if I'd do a demo for them.
We ain't got your diary out, have we?
No, it's in the house. I'm sure it's the 5th.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of demos in March. Simon Hope Hollower with the 8mm carbide. Like I say, you can take this out of a forcing a bit. I always do that, so. So as always, the hashtag week is your interpretation of a loving cup. Loving cup.
Does it have to have 2 handles?
Sorry?
Does it have to have handles?
Well, that's why it's called a loving cup.
So they need 1 or 2 handles?
2 handles.
Not 4 candles.
No, just 2. Not 4, 2. Just gonna see how deep we are down. Oh, we've got a long way to go yet.
So Susie's asked, what tip does this hollower have?
It has. I will show you in 1 second. It's a 6mm carbide cutting tip. It's full of crud. But what it is a cup cutter, not a flat. If you get a carbide, a normal carbide is flat like that or slightly chamfered on the edge for negative rake. But these are what they call cup cutters, so they've got like a high spot on the edge. You can't really see it because it's got some old messing up. But they're like scooped up at the side, so they actually cut and don't scrape where these scrape. So they are sharp. Well, that one's now getting to the stage where it wants changing, to be honest. But they're very good. They certainly remove the timber. That's for sure.
Colin said they got some chap called Les Thorne at their club this month.
Say again.
Colin's got Les Thorne at their club this month.
Oh, I love watching Les.
I do.
He's so funny.
Which is weird because it's so therapeutic. Oh my goodness. Todd said the manned weather station on the summit of MT Washington, New Hampshire had a wind chill of minus 108 Fahrenheit, which is minus 77 degrees Celsius the other day.
It's low, isn't it?
Woodwork Learner said, yep, I think I meant to join them today, but I wasn't up to drive, and I will have to join them before I go off course.
You can join them on the day, mate.
So Matthew Lawrence said, does anyone know if you can swap the tip on the Sorby Swan Neck Hollower for a carbide tip?
Oh, that's a good question. I would imagine if it's the same size. Depends if it's the same size, doesn't it? What size handle's that? Not that one, blue one. Depends on the size of the carbide, I suppose, Matthew.
Susie's got a question. She said, if someone does not have any hollower tools, what one hollowing tool would you recommend to buy?
I would buy, if you're going to do small stuff like this, the Simon Hope mini hollower. Comes as a solid bar, but you can pull it in a handle if you need to. 8mm head. If you wanted to go for, I can't get that handle back on now. If you wanted to go for something bigger than the Simon Hope Pro hollower even, 10mm, same sort of cut and piece, but 10mm. And that comes again to go into a tool. Or they do the Pro hollower, which is a smaller cut and piece, like this one, which is only a little tiny 6mm cut and piece. This does come with grips on the handle, but I took them off so I can put them into a long handle to give me more depth. But that's very good as well. That's a very good tool as well.
Susie said so. Cutters would be better to buy.
Yep, definitely.
Len's handcrafted wood signs is on.
Hi, Len.
Chris Dodd said, Nikki, that went over Steve's head. 4 candles. You know what I'm on about, don't you, mate?
Yeah.
Woodwork Glenn said, Chris Dodds, we make candle holders using forks. Yes, 4 of them are mentioned.
So just nice light passes in there. We don't want the inside being bigger than the outside. Helps if you don't catch the handle on the tool post, the tailstock on the way out. So we're just going...
Neil M is on as well.
Hi Neil, how you doing? So with
Woodridge by Colin said, "Ooh, new laser engraver has just turned up." Very nice.
So with these cup cutters, you can get quite a good finish on your piece as long as you take it steady. If you go really aggressive with them, you get a few ridges in them. But if you take it nice and steady, you can get quite a good finish on them.
So Len's got a question. Steve, do you use carbides only as a scraper, or do you do shear cuts with it?
These actually aren't scrapers. These ones I'm using are cut cutters, so they actually cut, not scrape. If I'm using a carbide on resin, then I normally tip it a little bit so it acts as a negative rake, but it's still a scraper. It's not a cutter because they're flat. Where these, like I say, are cut cutters, so they've actually got a cutting edge on them. Let's see how we get on with that. Don't want to go major thin. And we never want the inside bigger than the outside because it don't work properly. That's better. So we're just going to put a little bit of pattern on this.
Susie said, "Can you sharpen the cup cutters, or do you rotate them and then replace them like they do with the carbides?"
That's what you do, Susie. You actually use them, rotate them. When you buy them, obviously they come. And what I do is I mark the bottom. Oh, it's got all tape on that one. I mark the bottom of them. I mark the bottom. I put a crisscross, like a figure of eight. No, like a crisscross on the bottom of the piece. So then when you turn it, you know where you've been and where you haven't been. So let's get some sandpaper in there and get that sanded up a little bit. We'll lose that sharp edge there. So dust extraction on. So it's quite a soft bit of wood, this is. I don't know whether it's starting to go.
Colin, was usual Colin say he likes the grain in it? Has it still got a lot of grain in it?
Yeah. So this is quite soft, this wood. I don't know if it's on its way to start to go, or whether it's just a case that that's the species of the wood. I'm not 100% sure. So I put a rounded top on there just to please Brian, because he likes these nice roll top rims. Oops. I shall change that for a smaller. Get the 25mm in there. Turn this heater down now, can I?
Yeah.
Look wrong way.
I'm going to have to go get a drink. I'm absolutely gasping.
Right. That is very soft, that wood. Right, so that's... I'm going to move up our grits. So, at the top of the page is the link for my Teesprings account, or my Teesprings store. I didn't put the link in for the t-shirt because there's 2 different t-shirts this year, because the Hampshire Sheen logo has got 2 different colours to it, so I thought that'd be easier just to put the link for the stall on there, so you can go over and pick which one you want. So we're going to sand this.
Colin said he's ordered his.
Good man.
Have we got a final figure yet for Dementia? Have you done it?
Yes, I have. I paid the money for the t-shirts this morning. We made £124 on t-shirts last year, so I sent that over. I think the final total, if I remember rightly, is £4,294. If I remember rightly.
Good. Well done. Really good. Thank you to everyone who donated to them.
Obviously, that's not including.
You got yours on today, ain't you?
Yes, I have. That's not including. What's the word? Gift aid that they're going to get. I don't know how much I'll get with the gift aid, but I will have a word with Mia or Maya, or whatever her name is, the woman, the lady who I've been talking to from Dementia UK, and I will get her to let me know exactly the total that they're going to get, because obviously when you donate, you can tell them whether you want to donate anything towards their costing or no percentage or whatever, but I always put it down to 0 because I think it's for charity, so they should do it for free. They make money from advertising most of the time. But obviously some people have done it, so GoFundMe get paid.
You want a cold drink?
I've got a can in there, baby.
Alright, I'll just go get one, alright?
Alright. So there will be some, obviously, fees come off of that. So I'll get Maya or Mia or whatever her name is to tell me exactly what they are going to receive. She should be able to tell me. She's been in contact with me. Well, she actually emailed me the other day just to let me know that some of it had gone over and when I was going to be closing it. So we can get it closed now. And I've been waiting for the money to come through from Teesprings for last year's t-shirts. It seemed to take forever. I say 10 days, but it seemed to take forever to come over. But it's over now, and I paid it this morning. So that's the final payment that's gone in. Everybody's paid for their t-shirt logos, so that's gone in. So good. And I will say thank you to everybody who paid promptly for their logos on the t-shirts, and also thank you to the people who paid a little bit extra for their logos as well. Not everybody paid what we asked. Some people paid a little bit more. So thank you to that. And when you see the t-shirts, you'll see there's some new faces on it as well, which is nice. There was there's a few that was on it last year, but there's also quite a few that wanted to be on last year, but there wasn't enough space. So it's only fair that we give everybody a chance. But unfortunately, we couldn't get everybody on this year either, so that's going to be the same as same for next year.
Mark Stroughton's on.
Hi, Mark. How you doing?
Yeah, it was even in the time it was, people were very generous and very worthy cause. As we know, it could happen to anyone, don't we?
Yep. Right, so that's sanded up to 400. Just going to do something on this back end here, something for the foot. I'm only going to put a little foot on. I'm not going to put a big foot on it.
Bigfoot.
Just big foot, little foot.
Cardboard
box. So I'll get rid of some of this. So I'm just going to put a parting line in there, because we'll part off somewhere there. And we'll try and bring try and swoop that in, and I suppose it'd be better if I put you on a camera you can see really, wouldn't it?
That looks white on this camera, on this screen.
It is very light indeed. So I'm just bringing that foot in, trying to bring it in tight to the bottom of my loving cup. Loving cup.
Casey's eating a mash.
Good. Just like that. Just get rid of that little tiny bit in there. So we'll just put a little part line in there with a thin parting tool, just so we can see where we're going to part it off. Oops, not like that. That's better. Got loads of room now. We'll just roll this over a little bit. I'm going to put it so the base actually goes down a little bit at the bottom there.
Kev said his mother-in-law's in a care home, and some eventually forget how to swallow and even eventually how to breathe. It's horrible.
It's a horrible. And it's frightening to think that is it 8 of us or 10 of us actually suffer with it. So something to look forward to, I suppose. Right, so we're going to take that from 180. Just finish it off.
Sure and nice. We watched that thing on the telly, didn't we? About it. That woman done that choir. I can't remember what her name is. But where they had to, one bloke, he didn't even seem very old, to be honest. He had to remember like half a dozen words, and he just took him ages to actually get it.
He got it though.
He did, which was really quite emotional.
So
I
180.
think it resolutes with a lot of people, that
We shouldn't take life for granted.
no, we sure shouldn't, because it
We
can
should
just,
we
especially like with your nan, it was just one, well, hers was quite ongoing. It was longer than we knew, than we, how can you put it?
Was aware of.
Yeah.
We should live every day. Oh, every day for all it is. Last one, 400.
Woodturning with Barry said his mother-in-law's in the stage of not swallowing, had him in tears.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Kev said it looks like a big beer glass, Steve. Woodwork learner, that's what Steve's like. He said his dad passed with it and joke about it just to cope. Sometimes, it's not you're not joking in a horrible way. It's just that because you've lived with it, a family member having it, it's like you say, it's a coping mechanism sometimes to make light of it.
Right, so there's our shape. So I need to decide whether I'm going to colour it, which I think I should, but these handles are really not going to work on there.
Put them on, let's have a look.
Look like wing nuts. Way too big, way too big. So what I think I'll do is I'll colour it, and I'll colour it, and then I'll make some handles for it, and then I'll get that finished off and then get some pictures of it up. So I think what I'm going to do is, because it's Valentine's,
Gonna do it red.
I'm going to colour it blue.
We're gonna do shiny red.
Shiny red. You want shiny red, do you?
Like my bars I got.
So what we'll do is I'll get some gloves and we'll colour it red. Just one colour. Actually, I might do it two colour. I might do.
Kev put back to better topics. Tickets arrived for Newark and Manuchuk Fit.
Good man.
Joe Senior's on.
Hi Joe, how are you?
Woodwork Learner said looks like a lovely wine glass for Nikki. That'd have to be gin.
Jim.
Gin. Colin Woodrisby said 3D prints and fancy handles, Steve.
Oh, that's a good idea, Colin. That's a good idea. Oh, I think the nozzles need cleaning out. So Hampshire Sheen, this is ruby red. So I'm going to take that nozzle. All these nozzles want cleaning out.
Susie said, will you add some red glitter?
Red glitter.
Mm.
I've actually got some glitter lacquer. I could put some glitter lacquer on it.
Yeah, cool. And then love handles. You could do them so they look like a love heart.
What, the handles?
Yeah. And they're on. So you got half a love heart.
We're cutting them with an axe.
I know, it's never. That's because I've gone for rings this time instead of battens.
Batons.
I'm sick of battens. These will end up in the freezer, no doubt. My freezer's like Narnia. Well, actually, it's more like Mary Poppins' bag. I've got no food, but it's full. Well, actually, both of them are full, aren't they?
I don't know, they're going. Hopefully with the bit of dark green that should come through.
Charlie Taylor's on.
Hi Charlie. try and get down the bottom.
Charlie said, looks like I've missed the turning again.
Sorry, it's nothing special, Charlie.
Woodwork learner put, Steve, get Brian to turn you some handles out of resin. Brian put 0 chance, Andy. Now I'm cutting carrots. Pete's going to click the thumbs up. And you got the carrots for the rabbits. So they've got their veg for the week.
So
Chris Dodd said he likes the shape.
thank you, Chris.
Woodwork learner said, how many rabbits have made the pie stage? Nope, none yet. They're quite... They are chewing the cage, but they're not doing it as much, are they?
No.
Grandma Ruth too said she's just cut up the swede. Oh, you know what? You can actually buy already prepped swede. It's a little bit more money, but I just find it so hard going. So I either buy fresh or frozen generally, so I can just chuck it in.
Right, so I'm
I
just
quite
going to
like...
dry this off.
Oh no, am I thinking of swede? Can you buy swede? Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah,
I was
chunks.
thinking of butternut squash, that's what. Wood dudes on.
That's Stephen.
Yeah, I like sprouts, especially fresh ones. Oh my god, my favourite. I don't mind the frozen ones, but they're not as nice. We have frozen for convenience, really, don't we?
Aye. I'll just dry this off.
Woodwork learner said, will the colour affect glue in it? Do you
Shouldn't
think gluing
do.
the handles on?
No, it shouldn't do.
So Terry and Brian on tomorrow then?
I don't know if Brian's on tomorrow night because I think there is a
Oh, 360. You said
360 meeting. I think. I'm not sure.
Susie said, how hot is the setting on your dryer?
Very low. You look. That's maximum power. Only on about a third.
Woodturner Barry's got to go. Take care.
See you later, Barry. Thanks for coming over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand that back a little bit with a 240.
These carrots are hard.
And then put the flame red over the top of it. The reason being is it's going to give me like a two-tone effect then. Well, hopefully give me a two-tone effect.
So we've got a bit of history here from Dr. Bob. He said Hallmark Card Company invented Valentine's Day because their greetings card business had a big slump between Christmas and Easter.
Oh, there you go. Learn something new every day.
Another money-making scheme.
Yep, always.
I better get flowers this year.
I don't want flowers. So that's
Kev put there'll soon be a pancake day card.
ouch.
It's very pink.
Won't be in a minute. Won't be in a minute. Don't get excited.
Why we said Pat Carroll tomorrow night, Steve.
Oh, right.
Terry's on tomorrow. You're going to put your link in then, Terry? Woodwork Learner put no holiday, Terry. Brian and Susie said hashtag flowers for Nikki. They've put Terry on tomorrow and last Friday. Yay! Woodwork Learner put flower for Nikki as in bacon flour, not as in flowers. Pete put hashtag new tools for Steve. He's got everything he could ever want, Pete. He's got me. I mean, come on. What more could a man want?
Like Pete said, hashtag tools for Steve. That's why I wanted her to come to Newark with me. You see, Pete said she'd buy my Christmas present for next year.
When's Newark?
March.
Oh, I'm working on Sunday, though, aren't I? I think that's why I weren't coming.
No, you're not working the Sunday. No, you're not working the Sunday. What day? What Sunday are you working? The 19th.
No, 19th next month.
All right.
That's the 12th.
This month,
Help
you
my
mean?
friend out, should I say? Nothing. No, something going on this month. That's right.
Trouble is, I don't use these colours a lot now, and all the nozzles are dried out. I need to soak them all, really. So give that a nice coat, and then you just got some two-tone shading on that now.
So Terry's put his live in for tomorrow. Chris Dodd said in Australia someone came up with hot cross buns on Boxing Day.
I like hot cross buns, they're nice.
Benjamin's put everyone's out to make money these days. Nothing's ever free. Speaking of which, I have some maker stickers if anyone wants to swap. I'm doing them £1 each or 3 for £3. Pete said, well, Nikki has loads of flowers. Seems only fair. Charlie said he'll be taking his wife to Newark. Mr. G's Woodturning's on.
Good afternoon.
YB said plus postage bin. So Terry's put his link in. Dr. Bob said, hey, it is international known that this is the Nikki and what's his name show. Woodwork Woodwork Learner said very vivid colour on that camera, Steve. That is a really nice camera. The other one was good where you used to go in the end.
Oh. Yeah.
Grandma Roof Tube said, does anyone know when we can post abroad to the States, etc.?
Yeah,
What's happening
Royal Mail have been hacked, didn't they? So they're not shipping nothing abroad.
there? Oh, right. Doug Millett would spin arounds on.
Hi, Doug, how you doing?
So Brian said, letters only, parcels are not working, Ruth.
Not at
Yeah,
the
Mark,
moment.
on it. Yeah, Friday and Saturday, the Newark show. I didn't know if we'd be late back, but
I won't be late back, will we? I finish at 4, 5.
I'll think about it.
Well, I'm not forcing you.
Only because it costs you if I come. Woodwork Learner said, Grandma Ruth, you can't post Terry to the USA. Grandma said, thank you, Brian. It's so annoying.
Alright, let's just dry it off.
Pete, yeah, I bet she's not. Pete says he's not taking his wife to Newark. She has to stay behind and clean his workshop.
Ooh.
I think I'm not Lisa will tell you. Chris Doss said, Pete, does she know? I'm going to tell her. I'm going to message her.
Alright, so just denib all this before we put a second coat of sand and sealer on. Just
Ruth
give
said,
us
Pete, you're on dodgy ground. He put always Ruth.
just give us a little bit of better finish for our final finish. Brings it back nice and smooth.
Kev put, go on, Nikki, we're all dying to meet you. You won't miss much, believe you me. I'm fed up with cutting down carrots now. Yeah, I know Ruth's going. I ain't never been. Is that the first Newark one or was there one before? Didn't you go last time?
I've been to one, but it was before before lockdown, way before lockdown. Newark was Newark was the first
That's
Woodturning,
one you went to, yeah.
the first one I ever went to.
I love Newark. Woodwork Glenna said, Pete, she'll have a tabletop sale if you make a cleaner.
And you have a lot to sell because Pete burns all this stuff.
Kev said, not what Steve says, Nikki.
Alright, so give that a final buff in. Put my lid back on my doofree. Let that dry a little bit, just buff that off again. So again, just use a Scotch-Brite just to buff that off. Is that light off now? Oh. Just light passes. Just denib that. Can use some shavings if you want, but actually I will use some shavings because I'll show you how. If you use shavings on it, just see how well it burnishes. It brings you a little bit of a sheen up. Use shavings. So you can just see it bringing up a shine, a slight sheen there, look. So it's always worth just denibbing well before you put your final wax on, really, or whatever finish you're going to put on it. I think I'm going to
Robert Walter said, go, Nikki, have met Steve, need to meet the driving force behind him.
Who said that?
Robert Waltwood.
Oh, Robert.
Charlie Taylor said, do you put anything in it to make it wine-proof?
I will never get drunk out of, mate. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of embellishing wax over that, just to give that a little bit of a sparkle. Actually, should I use Gill cream? What do you reckon? I'm not going to use gold. Always use gold.
John Foster's on. He said, "Hi. Have you noticed the face on the cup looks a bit like a dog?"
What there?
I think you need to. Oh,
You mean there?
obviously, don't forget that's a bit behind. So, Dr. Bob said, "Nikki, you have a very bubbling personality."
Do you mean there? Is that where the bit you mean? That bit there?
I'll just wait because obviously. Colin said, "Would you spray lacquer? Would spray lacquer make it waterproof?"
I don't know. I make it waterproof because obviously you put it over paint, don't you? But I don't know whether it would be feasible to drink out of it after you sprayed it with lacquer. That I cannot answer. I think if I was going to drink out of it, I'd use that Rustin's plaster coat, to be honest. So are you on about that bit there? The face. So I'm going to go with gold, embellish and wax. And what I'll do is I'll get the handles done. And I'm going to 3D print some, like Colin said, because that's quite a good idea, actually. I like that idea, Colin. Well done. And I'll get them stuck on. And then what I'll do is I'll lacquer it afterwards.
Am I missing something then?
About...
Well, the dog. Even Brian said it looks like a dog.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see it. But I'll have a look in a minute. Let me just
I've turned my head. Which way I've got to turn my head?
She stood upside down.
Yeah, I can't. No dog. Sorry, no dog. You're all wrong.
Let's have a look. I suppose if that's its ears, eyes, nose and mouth, maybe. Come here, look, and I'll show you.
Don't put me on camera.
Maybe ears, eyes, nose, mouth.
Not moving. What these? No, these not bits. The ears.
No, there you tart.
Looks more like a grumpy face to me.
Grumpy face. Well, you should know what I am look like. You see one every morning in the mirror. Right.
Just because I said that you based them handles on your ears. Woodwork Learner said driving force behind Steve is the AA if he's in his Land Rover. Oh, Brian's not happy. He put cheating methinks with the 3D printing.
No. You work smarter, Brian, not harder.
He got wind. John said, yes. What are you saying about the dog?
Right.
Woodwork Learner sofa tonight, Steve. Yeah, again. So, Susie said, what glue will you use to stick the handles on now that there's wax on the piece?
I most probably just where I'm going to put the handles.
Sticky stuff?
Where I put the handles, I will most probably just put clean it with a little bit of methylated spirits first. To be honest, Lucy, not Lucy, Susie. Susie, sorry. And then just stick them on, and then I think I might lacquer it afterwards anyway. But these handles are definitely too big. If they were like that sort of size. I mean, hang on, let me just go trim them down on the bandsaw and see what they look like.
Brian said there may need to be a public inquiry. So be warned. You're lucky the photos don't go via Brian first. Hey. You're just being meanie, Brian.
So they're more of a better size. Just obviously want shape and to fit. They're a more realistic size. So I may use it. I'll tell you what. To stop the old boy moaning.
Show me.
Obviously got to be shaped. But
Yeah, they ain't very red.
what ain't red?
That looks more like a
That's red.
not red like I've got in my house. Not bright red. Don't keep shaking your head at me.
So what I'll do is I'll shape these and fit them on there.
Pete said, "Okay, I'll do one of these cup things this afternoon. May burn it tonight." Dr. Bob said, "If you use a printer, you should make a video on how you make and design the handles." John Foster said he got COVID. He thought you might be seeing things. Kev said, "Look very angular for a love cup."
Yeah, that's what. Well, I'm going to shape. I only cut these quickly out on the bandsaw, but I was going to shape round them all off and sand them up a bit first.
That's exactly what Susie's just said. Wouldn't round handles be nicer because the cup is rounded?
Yeah, yeah, they're all going to be rounded. I just cut these out quickly on the bandsaw
Just to
this morning.
see what they was like.
Obviously, they'd be curved. That'd be curved. They'd all be rounded off, so they will be rounded more. But I'll go with these. I will actually use these. So let me
Keep
just
Ryan
quickly,
happy.
just to shut the old boy up, stop him moaning. Can't be dealing with a moaning old boy.
Great, take all that door open.
So I've just cut this other one down the same size. So they will are a pair. So what I'll do is I'll shape these and stick them on like so. And then I will get them, obviously the bottom one a little bit more off so the handles are level. But anyway, that's the idea. The idea is these days you put 3 handles on it. Very good. So the idea of a loving cup is obviously so both of you can hold the cup and drink from it. Hey, you drink from
Together with handles.
Yeah, with how you drink out of it together. I'm not quite sure, but
It's a bit like some of them mugs. Our daughter bought a lot of these Disney mugs, and they're all shaped. And how on earth are you supposed to drink out of some of them?
yeah.
She bought our daughter one that's is in the shape of Groot, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it's just like really, mind you, she'd managed just to drink out of it, but it's just really bizarre how some of them you're supposed to actually drink out of.
So yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'll get those sorted, fiddle about with those so they match better, get them shaped, coloured. Whether I colour them black or whether I colour them, I can't do them really red because they'll be darker because the wood's darker.
Yeah, black might be nice.
But I might just do them black to be honest. But we'll see. But anyway,
did you put glitter lacquer on or not?
Hey, no, the lacquering is the last thing, love.
Oh, I say he's going to do some.
Yeah, it's the last thing we do.
Are you doing a live next Friday?
Depends if I'm here.
Right.
So that's this month's, not this, I'm going to say challenge. That's this month's hashtag. Hashtag loving cup. So I look forward to.
Brian said more decorative than functional, I suspect.
Yes, I believe so. So I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with, as always. Like I say, I'll have a play around with that, and I'll actually put mine in the montage this month because I haven't finished it. So I don't normally.
The first time in ages, isn't it?
I don't normally put mine in because everybody sees mine when I finish it. But when it's not about me, it's about other people, so it doesn't matter. But so.
Pete said, actually, it had nothing to do with a loving cup. The idea was you could share a drink with a mate and use your handle in your right hand, means you always drink from the opposite side of the rim. There you go.
All right. There you go. Learn something new every day.
Kev said that face has changed now.
So let me just finish my coffee, my cold coffee. Turn these lights off. I'll come back on camera. So, hashtag loving cup. Hope you all have a go. Look forward to seeing what you do. And hopefully we'll get some really interesting pieces as well. Like I say, if you look at online at Love and Cups, they haven't got to be like that. They can be all different shapes and sizes and whatever you mean. There's loads of different shapes and sizes on the net. So have a look, have a go. I still might. I don't know. I still might.
Stop coughing.
Still might do the handles in 3D printed. I'm not sure yet, but
So Christoph said this should be fun. Turning, looking forward to it.
yeah, I think so. And like we said at the beginning of the year, we're going to try and do something a bit more technical this year. So obviously this piece has got two different elements: a bit of turning, a bit of carving, a bit of shaping. You know, so hopefully that makes things a bit more interesting.
Miller said so. Hashtag Love and Cup. Yep.
Yep.
William
Hashtag
Kenny.
Love and Cup.
Great job, Steve. Nicely done. Wesley
Thank you.
Hannah, nice job, Steve. Brian's still not impressed with the thing.
Why?
The
What's the matter?
handles.
What's the problem with you now, Oosby?
Robert said, going to be interesting. Woodwork Learner said, nice new shirt, Steve. T-shirt looks awesome, says Colin.
Thank you.
And Kev said, nice one, dude. Right, show me your T-shirt properly.
So this is the new Makers T-shirt. We have Barry, Wood Creations, Colin. I can't read upside down.
Do you make him read them?
What's that one? I can't read.
here.
It will be wood. Well, you got to come over here.
There will be wood.
Right. Ian in the Shed, Jennifer's Craft Creations, Jigsy, Toonpiss Crafts, Smelly Cat Creations. If you want any logos, plaques done or branding irons, then he's the man to see. Spirit and Bear, Hugh, Woodturner, Hartlepool, Bold Coast Woodturning. I can't see what's on the back. And on the back we've got Hampshire Sheen. I can't read all those on the back there. But there who's on the back. Like I say, links in the description. If you click on the link at the top, that will take you over to my Teespring store. And then there's two different t-shirts on there. Make sure you look at both of them because one's got the burgundy Hampshire Sheen logo on it, which will go better on some colours. And then the other one is a yellow Hampshire Sheen logo, which will go better on this colour. See? Yellow.
So Norman Greenwell said, great job. We'll have to see what comes off the lathe. Dawes said, nice job, Steve. Lucy said, lathes in the car and they're on their way home.
Whoop, whoop.
John Foster said, thanks, nice job. Susie said, lovely cup. Looking forward to seeing the photo with the handles. Brian's still not impressed with 3D printing. Kev said, will Lucy enjoy? Lucy said she'll catch it later on. Doug said, love it. Will be great to see what everyone does with it. Kev put, we've all seen Nikki. He told you I wouldn't have missed much. Kev said, I'm there, made it at last, Steve.
Good man.
Colin, Woodridge Colin said, fame and no fortune, lol.
Yeah, I did take a lot of the white backgrounds off them because a lot of them had white backgrounds on them. And they looked absolutely awful. It was just like big white splodges everywhere. So I removed a lot of the backgrounds. I think that had a white background. That had a white background. That one had a white background. There was another one I think had a white background. I can't remember. But I took a lot of the white backgrounds away. So the only one really left with a white background was Colin's. Because he had to have such a fancy logo, I couldn't get all the white background out of it, so I didn't bother. And then on the back, I think they're all... Yeah, none of them have got white background, so absolutely perfect. So really good. Go over and buy your Makers T-shirt. Support next year's or this year's 2023's Makers Auction.
Lynn's handcrafted wood signs. Looks great, Steve. Alex of Wooden Things. Well done, Steve. Mark Stroughton. Very nice, Steve. Benjamin. 3D print is awesome, Brian. Woodwork Learner. Nice job, Nikki. Steve too, I suppose. Benjamin. I could 3D print
an SK114.
SK114. Dr. Bob. Nikki. Good to see your face behind the voice. Klondike's on. Hello all.
Hi, Lewis.
Colin said, Kev said, pity he vanishes with a dark coloured t-shirt.
The spirit is buried. I mean, at the end, they are what they are. You can't help it, mate. That's what they is.
That's why we picked that colour. Mind you, we thought that was going to be a bit of a...
I thought it was going to be lighter than this. It's darker than that.
Blue.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be more of a sapphire blue, but it's more of a darker blue.
Barry's Wood Creations. Well done, Steve.
Thank you.
T-shirt looks great.
Right, so.
Len said, Nikki, good to see you.
See,
I haven't finished my hair, that's the trouble.
The famous Nikki has been revealed on camera.
I've been on camera before.
You have, you're right, yes.
So Lucy didn't talk him into Pizza Hut then. He's off for tea. Oh my! Just say tea and a big huge piece of cake. Kev's did say he was only joking.
That's broad shoulders, Kev. Broad shoulders. Right then. So hashtag loving cup. So like I say, go online, have a look at the different styles, different interpretations. It's what you want to do, your interpretation of it. Look forward to seeing what you guys do. As always, send your pictures over to skkrafts@btinternet.com. Get them into me by the 17th of this month, if possible. That is this month, isn't it? Yeah, 17th of this month.
Yep.
Yep.
No,
yeah, get them to me by the 17th, and then I will do a montage for the 19th. So everybody can see everybody's feeling. And as always, I'll then stick it up on YouTube so the whole world can see your contribution to the hashtag week. So, other than that, I think we will see what happens and go from there. So, I'm going to finish this over the next few days. Well, I've got 2 weeks, haven't I? So, no pressure. So I'll get this finished, whether they be free reprinted or normal. So I'll get this finished. And then I will enter mine into the montage with all yours, and we'll see what happens. So thank you very much for coming over. Hope everybody has a great week. I think that's about it. Like I said before, the link is at the top for the t-shirts. Well, that's actually from the Teesprings. And look for the 2 different links because, like I say, burgundy logo, yellow logo, depending on what colour t-shirt you want, depending on what colour. I had a red last year, red t-shirt, and I didn't go for it this year because the actual colour of the Hampshire Sheen logos didn't look quite right on either, so I didn't go for it. So just check the colours out. I selected every single colour there is, so there's loads of colours to choose from, but just be careful because they do go up to 5XL in sizes, but not in every colour. So if there's not a size, if you select a colour and the size isn't there, it might be because that's the colour you've selected. Try another colour. But you know, you'll see what happens. And like I say, everybody, I appreciate everybody for supporting the makers auction anyway. So I'm going to stop the waffling and get on with it. Excuse me. Right, anyway, guys, so thank you very much for coming over. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for saying all the questions, actually. I had quite a good few questions today. And also some new faces. So thank you very much. So with that, don't forget Terry tomorrow. No Brian tomorrow night because obviously the 360 Club meeting's on. So other than that, I don't know who's on. They keep swapping about. Other than that, yeah, I should be back on Friday. I should be here Friday. If not, I'm sure someone will cover for me. But hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But if not, I'll be here for the Sunday. What?
Just come off, you know.
Right, okay. Right, so we're going to go. Say goodbye, Nick.
Bye, Nick. Everyone have a great week.
See you later, guys. Have a great week. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye for now. Bye.
That's all, folks.